This time, I decided to make my own garment for Durga Puja. Hi everyone, welcome back. Durga Puja is the biggest festival in Bengali culture, and it's only 28 days left to celebrate. 5 days, 5 outfits, and I'm on a mission to at least finish 3 of them in 1 month. So this makes the first one. And it's also the first time I'm making my own puja dress. I'm a little excited but also very nervous. I started draping the muslin fabric on the size 8 dress form because I'm almost close to size 8. Indian body types are different than standard body types. We generally have a pear-shaped body, fuller hips and thinner torso. So making a pattern based on standard size is a no-no for Indian bodies. So I like to drape the dress form first to make the desired design and transfer it onto paper later. With the seam roller, it's easy to transfer the pattern from fabric to paper. But sometimes the lines are not straight and smooth. So after every tracing, I always check the curves and angles with an L scale and French scale. Then I arrange and rearrange the lines and curves precisely and reduce the extra that I don't need. Reducing is a little challenging because of my thinner torso but broad shoulders. But that's what makes it more fun and exciting. After I finish the pattern, I always make holes at the end of the pattern so that I can hang it. Because I don't like ruled or wrinkled papers. It makes it so difficult to work with that pattern after one use. Once, I made the mistake of cutting the pattern directly on the fashion fabric and lining. And after stitching, I realized the pattern was wrong to begin with. After that experience, I always make a toil fit first. It helps to correct the pattern if it's wrong. I also mix the toil in lining material so that if the pattern turns out correct, I don't need to stitch another lining for the garment. It's clever and stupid both at the same time, but I like it this way. For this project, I'm using georgette as my fashion fabric and mercerized cotton as my lining. I know it can be a little odd choice for lining, but I wanted to give the body a little structure, and cotton helps to cool down faster in summer heat. I can't exactly call September and October summer, but in Bengal, it's kind of always like 29 to 30 degrees Celsius all year round, except for 2-3 months. And for this puja, I'm not taking any risk of sweating while pandal hopping in this outfit. After cutting the entire pattern on the lining fabric, or the toil fabric you can say, it's time to stitch the pattern and check the fit. And remember, after every joining, we must iron the seam line to make it look and fit good. What I hate most is the ironing. Ironing after every joining is a little hassle. You have to sit and stitch, then go to iron, then come back and stitch another panel. But that's what makes a garment special, and it's also the key element to a perfect fit. After ironing, I also added the zigzag stitch to eliminate the extra seam allowance because I'm using georgette on top, and if I don't do this, it can be seen from the top and that can look quite bad. After finishing the whole toil fit, it's time to see the fit. And to my surprise, it came out good. I don't think I need to make another lining for this project. See? That's why I said earlier, it's clever and stupid at the same time. And why stupid? If it had turned out wrong, I would have wasted my good and expensive fabric on the toil fit. And this is the fabric I'm using as fashion fabric. It's very shimmery and I think a little bling is perfect for this puja. Georgette is easy to handle, at least easier than satin. For me, it doesn't need ironing, so I'll be cutting the pattern directly on the fabric without ironing. The pattern is perfect, but I'll still fold the top of the front panel to create this look. I was a little afraid to work with a shimmery fabric. It's the first time I'm working with this kind of fabric. I didn't know how to cut or stitch it, but I followed my gut feelings and started cutting the fabric. You may wonder why I'm using such odd paperweights. See, fancy paperweights are not for me. I always like this kind of things. It's easy to carry, not fragile, and it's comfortable for me to work with. But to my surprise, when I cut the fabric, it was kind of easy. The tiny motifs did not disturb the cutting, nor did I have to hand remove all the tickies from the fabric. After cutting the fashion fabric, I started stitching. And good news, I didn't break any needle and the whole front panel is ready. Now I only have to pin it to the lining and drape the upper bust. For this part, I'm going to use plain Georgette fabric. So I pin it on the top of everything and with the help of white chalk, because the fabric is gold, I'm tracing the upper bust area. But remember, Georgette can be easy to handle, but not as easy as you think. It's going to stretch like crazy on bias, so be careful cutting the fabric on bias. After stitching it with a double layer of fabric, it looks perfect. While I'm pinning it to the bodice, you can see the joining. It feels a little plain. So I decided to also add this embroidered lace on top of the stitch line. And also, let's finish the entire front and back together. Now that I have all the panels stitched for the bodice, the next step is to join the entire thing with the lining. And I'm also going to add a concealed zipper in the back. A concealed zipper makes the opening look flawless. After stitching the fashion fabric to the lining, this is how it turns out. Let's turn it inside out. This is the bodice. Oh, in the meantime, I also added the sleeves. Sleeves are fun. I didn't even make a pattern for that. All we need is to take a rectangular piece of fabric, gather it, and join it on two sides. I haven't attached the chain yet, but you can see it fits me perfectly. I changed the footer and stitched the concealed zipper. And wow, the fit is so good. I didn't expect it to be this good. I liked it more than I thought. I really didn't like shimmery fabric, it's just not my thing. And I'm also thinking of using this fabric, or you can say the sari, as a drape like this. So let's measure the top cowl and the last cowl length and cut the fabric. The top one is 38 inches. And the last one is 42 into 284 inches. Now I'm gonna use the floor as my cutting table because my cutting table is smaller in size and we need bigger space. I measure all the sides and using white chalk again, I mark the diagonal line and cut the entire cowl. After cutting the pattern, I'm going to hand stitch the diagonal parts of the cowl because it's heavily embroidered and machine gathering will not give the desired look. So I hand gathered both diagonal sides of the cowl pattern, and after gathering, the ends looks like this. Now I'm joining the two gathered sides by hand again because it's so thick that my machine won't stitch it. Using a needle and thread, I secured the two sides tightly. And this is how it looks. Now the long waited final step is here. All I have to do is attach the gathered cowl on the side seam around the waistline of the bodice. I know the lighting is off in this clip, but I can't do anything. I'm not that good at editing or videography, so I guess it's okay. I will improve over time. And again, I'm doing hand stitching to secure it. I also added a hook and eye at the back. So this is the final look. After all that hassle, I think it really does flatter my body type. I actually liked it a lot and I'm definitely going to wear it for one of the puja outings. Let me know if you love it or not. I will see you in the next video. Until then, bye.